data in the cloud. Okay, slideshow from beginning. So data in the cloud. This is related to the other one. So as you know, there's more and more data in the cloud. More and more things are moving to the cloud. And you can just see some of the applications there that are now in the cloud. Okay, so the amount of data in the cloud is increasing. This is a graph that shows you sort of a timeline on how we got to where we are. And in 2011, they basically, this chart sort of makes the claim that finally data is in the cloud. Okay, so why would people move data to the cloud? You can see this. These are some of the 10 reasons. One of the big ones, of course, is the infrastructure. You don't have to buy the infrastructure. You pay for what you use, and leverage all the great work done by folks like Amazon. And also, when we're talking infrastructure, we're talking hardware, but we're also talking about you know, like just the communication infrastructure. More and more things are in the cloud, so it also makes sense to have your solutions in the cloud. So with FME and data in the cloud, FME sees everything as a data connection. So you know, the whole term connect. So whether it be a file, a database, an application, or data in the cloud, FME sees everything as a simple data connection. So it doesn't make any distinction between data in the cloud and data that's not in the cloud. To FME, it's all the same. Okay, and I'm going to show you just some workspaces here that are trivial, just to drive home the point that with FME, it's no different than working with data anyplace else. Okay, so here are some of the things we've added in FME 2014. You can see a lot of cloud things there: Amazon RDS S3, DynamoDB Redshift. Okay, Google Docs, Google Cloud, SQL, BigQuery, Socrata, blah, 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 and on it goes. And you're going to see over time more and more of these being added. We're also seeing web mapping services like Socrata, ArcGIS Online, and Google Maps Engine. And so really more and more data is living in the cloud. Okay, when it comes to FME, if you have your data on-premise to the cloud, then you can use FME either on-premise or in the cloud. On-premise, you can push data from on-premise to outside the cloud without opening a hole in your firewall, so that would be the preferred approach, I would argue. However, you could have FME in the cloud, and there's very secure ways of managing that when you're using things like FME Cloud or Amazon Web Services to make sure that only specific locations can actually access your system. So anyway, the other case is cloud to on-premise. Again, you can have FME server or FME in either location, either pushing or pulling it. And again, same argument. On-premise means that you wouldn't have to you know, open any hole in the firewall or anything like that. Okay. Now, when you start talking cloud to cloud, though, it doesn't really make sense to have FME on-premise for cloud to cloud because, as you can see there, you're now using your bandwidth to push it, just to pull it down, push it up, pull it down, push it up. And if you go cloud to cloud, and again, it doesn't matter whether it's on the source or destination or somewhere else in the cloud has great bandwidth, so you can just do that directly, and that makes most sense when you're going cloud to cloud. Like if you had data in Socrata and you wanted to copy it to ArcGIS Online, it really wouldn't make too much sense to have it FME running on premise to pull it down and then push it up. You could, but probably you would get, well, not probably, you would get much better performance if you actually had FME in the cloud itself. Okay, so a few quick demos here, and you're going to see how easy it is. And again, the point here is to just show you how easy it is to do this with, so this is data in the cloud, as we're going to move things in. So the first demo is going to be simply loading Google Maps engine, okay? And, you know, and the point I'm making is that from an FME perspective, there it is. It's just like any other format. You simply, you know, connect to Google Maps engine, giving it all the information you need, and then you simply run the workspace, and all of a sudden, you know, here's our data sources. We should have another one called hydrography at the end here. Okay, a few seconds later, and right fail. Oh boy, feature type. Okay, this is just turning into a disaster. Okay. Domain global message internal error. Okay, so I got a back-end error from Google. So let's try that again. I doubt I'm going to get that twice. I've never seen that error before. So let's do that again. Okay, we're obviously having major internet issues here. So so let's see. And okay, this time I didn't get that error. So there you go. So fun, fun, fun. Okay, so now you can see my new table. Okay, in a second there's going to be a preview available for it, and we're copying it up. So you can see we're still copying it up to Google. That was so that has now been completed. Okay, so now we go over here, and we'll refresh this. And now the new layer we added was this one called hydrography, which now we can click on and see it in our map. So that was the new one there. So that's pretty funny the first time. Never seen that error before, but whatever. That was a Google error. Okay, so now, so that's the first one. The second demo is we're going to simply go from GME to GML. So now we would just take that data out of Google Maps engine and read to GML. And again, you know, really, really simple, right? I mean, and that's the point. You don't even have to think about it. You just run it like you would any FME. This could be file to file for all we know, and it just brings the data down. And now, if I look at my output directory, you're going to see that I have this GML file. There it is there. Okay, so that's that one. And oh yeah, I better open it just so, I mean, who doesn't want to open GML files? I mean, given the opportunity, why wouldn't we? So there we go. So we're going to open it, and sure enough, we're going to see the data. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so 208, and we're going to see them. Here comes the background map. Okay, and there's the boundaries, and there's a hydrography, you know, that made the round trip with all its attributes. So there we go. Okay, and last but not least, okay, we will. I'll show you. If you want to go from GME, Google Maps Engine, to ArcGIS Online. Again, they're just connectors, data endpoints, and so it's very, very simple to do that. So you can just see, you know, the workspace there, and I won't run that one. I ran it previously just to save some time, and you can see the data here. So again, you know, we have our data there. So, and that's in ArcGIS Online. So that's that one there, and so that gives you just sort of an idea of where we are with data in the cloud. It's just like any other kind of data from an FME perspective. Later, you're going to see much more fancy stuff with these tools, so I don't want to go into them right now. But that gives you an idea of how easy it is with FME. You know, at the end of the day, the point here is that cloud data is no different than any other data source with FME. You just connect to it and write the data you want. So with FME, you can take advantage of cloud today.